Thank you so much, and please do like the live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, can we have 20 likes? Can we have 30 likes? Can we have 40 likes? Can we have a super chat? In fact, Nikki, I think you should give us a $500 super chat, and I think you will feel much better after that. So, extra dimensions is what we're going to be talking about now, and I was giving you a little bit of a prep for that from last night's discussion. So Adam, are you ready? Are you ready to hear more about the next steps for string theory, including extra dimensions? Are you ready now? Are you good? Are you in the proper mindset? Faye says yes. Faye's liked your book, Stephen. Yay! Adam says, I'm ready, buckling my seatbelt. Okay, good. So, we will keep going. Thanks, it gets better, I think, in chapter 2. Yes. We're just getting started with Stephen's book, which we read earlier in the live stream. So, we will wait patiently for chapter 2 from you, Stephen, and we will keep going with string theory for tonight. So, we will back up a little bit, and how about this? Let me back up and tell you about Kaluza Klein, because otherwise it's a little difficult. So first things first, in this chapter, I should mention that the main thing is that pretty much how many dimensions there are, the 3 spatial dimensions and the 1 time dimension, was pretty much taken for granted in physics, in nature. The fact that there might be more dimensions was not really a question that was being asked before these initial efforts of string theory. And even though string theory got started technically in the 1960s, actually as early as around 1919 or so earlier on in the 1900s, this person called Kaluza and Klein actually worked sort of on a string theory. They actually suggested having more dimensions, and they utilized general theory of relativity, and they solved those equations for more dimensions. And it was considered to be a very interesting piece of work, but it did not get a lot of attention, or it did not continue too much during Einstein's lifetime. And remember, somebody did ask, what was the point of string theory? String theory is trying to unify the different parts of physics that are in sort of quarreling with each other. So general theory of relativity is the updated theory for gravitation, and quantum mechanics and particle physics that comes out of quantum mechanics is the other side of physics, which basically gives us the standard model of particles, and it doesn't really give you an explanation for gravitation. So even though there is some progress in unifying the other 3 fundamental forces, electromagnetism, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force, those are the 3 types of forces that are unified with the blessing of quantum mechanics and particle physics. They don't explain gravitation. And on the other hand, general theory of relativity does not, of course, include quantum mechanics. So people kind of wanted an overarching, more general theory that can kind of subsume quantum mechanics, electromagnetism, general theory of relativity, and explain all of this without the 2 quarreling sides of physics, which was basically GR versus quantum mechanics. So, or in other words, sort of a classical physics versus quantum physics. So I feel encouraged now. Thanks, friends. I'm a little nervous in my writings, but I do love to draw. And by the way, I do not use rulers. Yay! Welcome back, Dark Gloom. Hi, Dark Gloom. Yes. So I think I'm answering maybe Dark Gloom's question right now. I've kind of forgotten who asked it without scrolling. I don't want to touch the phone